Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm Taniya Nayak, interior designer. You might have seen me on HGTV or Food Network. I'm here to tell you all about my exciting design trends for 2019. Ooh, that's a good question. My first job was when I was 7 years old and I was trying to redo my room. No, just kidding. I've always been designing since I was little, but my first job in the interior design world, believe it or not, I got a job on ABC Family doing a television show called Knock First. And that was my first job in the design world because I was still in school at the time. Without sounding corny, my dad's an architect, and so I've always grown up on job sites and really learning from him, going into his office and watching what he does. I realized that I went to school in my undergrad in marketing, and I did a whole bunch of different jobs that never fully resonated and felt right to me. And I kind of had one of those moments where I thought, I am just too young to be doing a job that I hate for the rest of my life. So I walked myself right into the Boston Architectural College. I applied to do my master's in interior architecture, and that moment on, it clicked. And then the rest is history. Then I got to do all these great TV shows, and I have a design firm where we do condo developments, restaurants, residential. So yeah, it was the right choice. Yes, I do. I go to a lot of websites and magazines, all of the above. But this year I got to create some design trends, which I love to do because for me, trends aren't all about being trendy. It's really about inspiration. And just like you're saying, like I like to create these for people just like I like to look online or look at magazines. What do I enjoy? That's an easy one for me. I love when I finish a design, whether it's a restaurant or a home, to see people in the space engaging, having fun, eating together, laughing together, relaxing together. It's the best feeling in the world for me as a designer to know that I was able to help create that space for them and ultimately help create memories. Well, it's funny you say that. My husband's a restaurateur, so we actually have 8 restaurants in the Boston area, and I'm a designer. So for us, when we walk into a restaurant, and I design a lot of restaurants. So for us, we have this thing. We don't let it exceed 10 minutes. Our first 10 minutes, we both kind of say, well, what would you do different? And what would you do different? And then after that, we're good. We get it out of our system. So coming up in the next couple of months, actually in a few days, I'm leaving to start filming a show for ABC. It's called The Great Christmas Light Fight, where I'm a judge on the show. Every episode, we give away $50,000 to the winner who has the most craziest over-the-top Christmas light displays. And you remember those from growing up, right? Driving through the neighborhoods and seeing all those wacky, wild Christmas lights. So such a fun show. Surprising hobbies, I I travel so much that when I'm home, I love to either just work out, we're foodies, we love to cook. I have a dog that I love to take out and just cuddle. Just want to like smush his face every time I see him. So, I mean, as far as hobbies go, I love to cook. Yes, yeah. So, the idea here is to really think outside the box. It's more about getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. Last year, we saw a lot of whites and grays and, just very neutral palettes. But I wanted to come up with trends that make people push over the edge a little bit. And one of them is when it comes to metallic finishes. This one's called Luxe and Modern, and it's basically mixing and matching all different kinds of metallic finishes. So here you can see the rose gold. We also have the chrome, and then you'll see copper. This over here is a gorgeous brushed gold. And the question that I get asked all the time, and the reason why I'm saying this is out of the comfort zone, is people get really nervous about mixing and matching metals when it comes to their kitchen or their bathroom. If they have stainless steel appliances, is it okay to use a metal finish that's not stainless steel? And my answer is yes. I just did it myself. I just did the gold, and I have stainless steel appliances, and I love it. some of them, is breaking out of that color comfort zone. And if you're nervous to get too bold or go too big, by painting an entire room, you might want to consider just painting a front door. But ultimately, when you paint, my designer secret, my go-to life-saving thing in my toolkit is my FrogTape brand painter's tape. And the reason is because there's this paint block technology. So a lot of people don't know the difference between this tape and the other. But once that paint hits the edge, it creates a barrier so that paint, when paint bleeds, if you paint a room and you pull the tape and all of a sudden it all went through, that's not going to happen here. And it's just a lifesaver. My advice would be open up your closet, look at what you wear on a day-to-day basis, not the big fancy special occasion outfits, but basically what are you gravitating towards on a day-to-day? So for me, I'm actually very neutral and I'm very muted in my color palettes, and my home represents that. But I will typically always have a really big statement piece, whether I have big earrings or a big watch on. That's sort of my pop, my moment of what I have in my home. So look at what you wear for wardrobe. If you like bold colors and bold patterns, and you're probably not afraid of bold colors and bold patterns in the house. You can go to frogtape.com/trends.